The Derek Chauvin trial begins today. Jury selection begins for the former Minneapolis police officer charged with killing George Floyd. Last May, cell phone video showed Chauvin kneeling on Floyd's neck while Floyd repeatedly said, "I can't breathe." Chauvin faces charges of second-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. So ahead of the trial, demonstrators gathered for a silent march through downtown Minneapolis. Event organizers said the purpose was to mourn Floyd's death and demand policing changes in the city and across the country. It was one of several demonstrations in Minneapolis over the weekend. NBC's Jay Gray joins us live now from downtown Minneapolis. Jay, you have been there for some of these demonstrations. How are people feeling out there right now, and what do you think we should expect today?
Look, Christy, I think it's a city on edge right now as you talk about large crowds in the downtown area over the weekend demanding justice and promising to be back here today as that jury selection begins and the nation really reassigns its focus to what happened here last summer.
We have nothing to lose but our time. We have nothing to lose but our time.
Anger, frustration, and calls for justice echo through downtown Minneapolis.
All right, what's your name?
George.
George?
George Perry Floyd.
287 days after George Floyd died, his neck pinned under the knee of Derek Chauvin.
It's never okay to hurt somebody like that. We shouldn't have to go to court for anything like this. We shouldn't have to.
But today, they will be in this courtroom as jury selection begins in the murder trial of the former police officer.
The goal should be is that there's a cross-section of jurors that's representative of different political viewpoints, different races, different genders, and then that promotes a confidence. So I think taking jury selection seriously in this case is critical for the entire country.
In a city that still has open wounds from riots after Floyd's death and worries about what could happen as the trial moves forward. Fencing and razor wires been put up, buildings downtown boarded up. Not police safe for planned peaceful protest, but others joining the expected crowds outside the courthouse.
They seek to cause destruction and chaos in our city by using peaceful protesters as cover, by using them as a shield.
Law enforcement from at least a dozen agencies, all recently trained in nonviolent conflict resolution, will be on the ground through the verdict in this high-profile case.
Yeah, and you know, that group includes, of course, local and state police, along with federal agents and at least 2,000 soldiers from the National Guard. So, Christy, a show of force on the ground here as things get underway.
A lot of eyes watching this one, Jay, and I think a lot of people hanging hope that this might bring some healing too. Thank you for your report.